Hey guys, it's Christy, the Homesteader Wannabe, and it's been a little bit since I've posted a video, and I kind of want to tell you why. I was trying so hard. I videoed 2 separate days, and not very long videos because there's not a lot going on right now because it was colder. And then I was going to try to video on Saturday, edit it, and get it put out. And that morning, I knew my house really needed me to clean it. And I was so overwhelmed because there wasn't any counter space because there was an ice cream maker and an ice maker and all these things. But I was like, but I have to do this video. I have to get it out today. And then I realized YouTube is not my job. YouTube is my hobby, and I need to quit thinking of it like that, because if it ever gets to where it's not joyful to do, which it is, I really enjoy doing it. But if it ever gets to where it's not fun anymore, I'm not going to do it because it's just not my job. I have to put my son and my husband in our home first, because my job is homemaker. And I know that some people don't like that word, but that's what it is. I try to make a good home for my family, and also to do garden work and be outside and stuff like that just brings me so much joy. And I've said this before on videos that me and my husband figured out how much time I have in a day to get things done, and it's 2 hours. It's sometimes a little bit more and sometimes a little bit less. So 2 hours to cook, 2 hours to clean, 2 hours to come outside. And so you really only can do one, which I have to make something to eat every day, but sometimes, I'm sorry, it's a Red Baron pizza in the oven, and that is it, in a salad and pizza, so it makes a lot of sense. But I just can't do it all. So I was like really having like a panic moment that but I have to make this video, but this house and blah. And I was like, that's what I realized. This is not my job. This is for fun. I do enjoy it. How I got started, in case anybody hasn't watched my earlier videos, I didn't even know homestead channels existed on YouTube. And I had to join Facebook, which I've never been on Facebook, and I had to join Facebook for a class that I had to take, and they only had it on Facebook. So I joined Facebook. I thought, as soon as this class is over, I'm stopping. Well, then all my people that I went to school with and friends and stuff like that started giving me friend requests. So then I had friends. And then the best part of Facebook, which I'm hardly on Facebook anymore on my personal page. I have a Homesteader Wannabe page, but I don't post on it. I just want to have that page in case I ever want to post on it. As you can tell, I'm getting so much done. Let's add a Facebook page. It's just not going to happen right now, so don't go join it or anything like that, because it's just, I'm not going to post right now. If I ever decide to post, I would tell my people that watch my videos that I was going to. But I've lost myself. I don't even know where I was. Oh, okay. So then I remember this past winter, they sent me like advertisement, whatever, about bulbs you could get, like strawberry things and stuff like that. Well, I went on there because it's the middle of winter, and I love stuff. I love looking at stuff like that in the winter. And I did look at a few things like that, because they, once you look at them, they keep sending you stuff. Well, then all of a sudden, Roots and Refuge showed up on my Facebook page, and I just was enamored. I just loved it. And so I started following Roots and Refuge, and then they're like, well, if you like Roots and Refuge, you like this. So it's just, but so I started following a lot of people, and I realized when I was gardening in the spring, I was like talking to myself. I was like, this would look so good here. Yeah, it would. That's a great idea. And so I was talking to myself. So I was like, well, I just bring the phone, phone because I only use a phone. I do not have a computer. I have an iPad. So if you're thinking you cannot make videos, let me tell you, you can make videos. You need a phone, an iPad, or just, you can do it just on a phone. So there, you know, if you want to do it, but you don't think you can do it. If you can watch this video, you can make a video. So anyway, that's how I started out. But I, you know, it's just something I do, and I was making it into something more, and it's just not. And I do think that everybody, even, I don't care if you're a Christian or not a Christian or whatever, everybody needs a day off. Everybody needs a Sabbath day. And Sundays are never going to be my Sabbath day, because getting ready for church and going to church and stuff, and we do not take our son. I either go or my husband goes, and somebody stays home with my son, because he is just, unless they had a walking track there, he's got to be moving constantly. He cannot sit still, except for when, at this time of day, when he's in his room watching a movie. He has a table with this whole setup and lights on the wall and lights over here and lights are blinking everywhere, and he just, you know, then as long as something's moving, he's fine. So that's the hardest day of my week, is Sundays. Getting ready. I still have to take care of him. I have to do all the things that I do on a regular day, plus get ready, plus go. And I usually try to do the store on that day because I'm already ready. I'm already out of the house. So it's just not restful. So everybody needs a restful day. So I'm going to try to find a day during the week that I do nothing. Like, I take a shower. I do not put on makeup. I do not blow dry my hair. I just, you know, don't clean the house. I do minimum. I will start push the button on the sweeper and let it sweep and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope somebody needed that today, because I definitely needed it the other day. It was just like full-blown craziness. And finally I realized it's just not going to happen today. And I have one cabinet that I deep cleaned, and I keep looking at that cabinet. It makes me feel so good. So anyway, I will show the videos I did last week, and then, I don't know, I'm going to make a video because I have to be out here today. There's not a lot to do, and most of it's pretty boring stuff that I'm just trying to finish up, that you've seen me do like 1,000 times. Like, I'm trying to put the cardboard down over here and put the rocks around it and put the dirt on it, so it'll be ready for next spring. I'm still waiting on this fence to get put up around my garden, which I'm really looking forward to. And I'm just doing this fall cleanup right now. As you can see behind me, my flowers are still, you know, doing pretty good. Anything against the house, I might have said this in one of the videos I'm going to show, did not get dead from the frost. We've had about 4 frosts, and they're still going, and the lavender's still going. And I do have 2 cherry tomatoes over here that are still going, and I have one, there he is, a monarch, and I have 1 tomato plant on the other side of the house that gets no sunlight that's still going, because they're against the house. They have survived the frost, and we did have a freeze down at the barn. It's colder down at the barn, which is crazy. You'll get up and there's a thick frost down there and nothing up here, and the cars don't even have frost on the windshields and stuff. So elevation is very important when it comes to frost and stuff. But anyway, that's all I have to say today. I don't know if I'm going to come back at the end of this. I just really don't know, because I'm just like scatterbrained right now. I'm going to put the videos on here, and then I may be back or I may not be back. Anyway, I'll show the videos. If I video anything today and it's worthy, I'll put it in. And enjoy the show. Hey guys, it's Christy. We're gonna have a freeze. I'm out here to get the rest of my tomatoes. I'm very sad. This year, I feel like, really, like I'm having a friend go away, and I'm not gonna see him again for a while, which is my garden, and I'll see her again in the spring. But anyway, as you can tell, the wind's blowing again. It only really blows when it's cold, and when it's 100 degrees, stagnant air. So anyway, I am going to pick these tomatoes. some of them that I left on through the last frost we had, because I guess they were against the house, some of them lived. But they did start blushing, some of them, not all of them. I'm gonna just throw that down into the garden. So I'm glad to get them. I will let them ripen in the house, and then I will freeze them, because people are saying we may have a tomato shortage. So I don't know if we will, but it would make me feel a lot better knowing that I have tomatoes in the freezer if I want to make something with them. Which I'll definitely make something with them, but I just don't know what I want to make right yet. I think I want to make 1870s Homestead Sloppy Joe sauce. I'm gonna leave the stem up until it's supposed to get warm again next week, so I'm gonna leave it up until then. I really like these Amish pastes. They're very delicious. I'll definitely be growing them next year. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you what is still living. We've had 4 frosts or something, but stuff that's close to the house has been fine. Some stuff, you know, everything that wasn't close to the house has not been fine. Anyway, I'll show you what we have. Okay, the porch is a huge mess right now because some of this stuff's from the front porch, like this big flower right here, which will, you know, if I keep it in the house, it will live through the winter, and I bring it back out, I'll have to cut it back, but it'll live and rebloom next year. Here's my cabbages. They're doing really good. These are mini cabbages, so they're doing really good. My strawberries, I will take them in the house. I do that every year with my strawberries. This is dead and needs cut. I pruned back these jalapenos, and I've been taking them in the house. This one's got a lot of flowers on it, and I'm not going to overwinter them in the garage until they're done flowering and stuff, and then I might put them in the garage, but usually I can keep these in the back room where it's a little, the sun comes in a little bit, and they should be okay. They might not give me jalapenos, but they should come back out next year and be fine. Here's strawberry plants. These strawberries here have been giving me strawberries, a few strawberries, for the first time ever. So I've been eating them when they, you know, happenstance come, but it's not very often. I'm going to be cutting that tomato over there out, and I'm gonna leave everything that's living in here until it's not living anymore, because the bees have been out this morning on these sunflowers, and there they are. I'm sure you can't see that. There they are. And they've been on the marigold. Over here, because I guess because it's against the house, everything's still living except for one cucumber plant. This cucumber plant is still living, but the other one died. So I'm leaving this for the bees. I am going to take the tomato plants out except for this one because it has some fruit left on it. Just see what happens. I don't think it's not supposed to get that cold again for at least for the 14-day forecast. And I took everything else off of this, which if I show you the video, that was Monday. This is Friday. And the bees are still working, which makes me happy. This is what it looks like without the tomato plants, and it does look good, even though you're sad to see anything go. It's kind of like a, not a spring cleaning, but a fall cleaning, and then you can look forward to spring, which I've already said. I'll probably put marigolds in here again. Definitely keeping the lavenders in here, but this whole bed, besides those two things, will be cucumbers because my cucumber harvest sucked. Here's my cucumber plant. The only thing that frost killed in here. That's very weird. But here's the other cucumber that is fine, but it's kind of protected in here by the marigold and the side. Even though the flowers in this bed aren't going to live long, I am going to go ahead and water them because I'd only see there's 60s and stuff after this week, and you just never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and water them. I do have a cucumber growing in here, and that's all for the vegetables. Except for some stuff I have coming up that I have no clue what I planted there. So I'm gonna water them. I'm gonna walk around and just show you what's still living here. You might find interesting that it made it through the frost we've had and stuff. There's some stuff I need to get over there. All right, the hollyhocks are still living. I did have a bloom on here the other day, but the deers ate it. So far, the butterfly bush, and even these, though they are bug damaged, these are, oh my goodness, hibiscus, okay. And this ever-blooming lilac, and it's this far away from the house, but it is sheltered here in this little cove. Over here, a lot of stuff, you know, these lilies are dying. But back here, oh no, I just went through a huge spider web. The snapdragons are still alive because they're close to the house. We are getting ready to clean our siding, so don't judge me. This is a hibiscus that's had a hard life this year. The hibiscus has been pruned back and then eaten by deers. This is still blooming. I had some roses on here yesterday, but I'm sure that the deer came through and ate that. And this butterfly bush here is still living. I never can remember the name of this. It's still living. That butterfly bush is living. All the hummingbird mint's still going. And here's the, even though it needs put up, Here's the tomato plant that's still living, and it's got tomatoes on it. Around the corner. I still haven't got this bed done, even though I did this a couple weeks ago. The butterfly bush is still hanging in there. The potato, I don't know, something ate on it, but I don't know what would eat on a potato. And my hibiscus, not hibiscus, what is that? Clematis is still living, even though the leaves are changing color. Look at that cherry tomato trying to come back. Awesome. This is where I am going to put my raised bed garden. I don't know if I'll be able to get the soil for it this year, but I will be putting the cardboard down when I get done with this area where I need the cardboard. And my worm bin, just for an update, is doing so well. They're really tearing it up. I mean, the compost, they're breaking it down very fast, and there are so many worms in there. And here's what I really need to work on. I gotta get this done, I have to, but like I said, I can only go at my pace. And here's the cherry tomatoes that are still living. I did pull a humongous hornworm off here yesterday. And I have still been getting cherry tomatoes off of it. Today, at the end of my last video, I said I was going to transplant this the next day. Of course, that did not happen. So I have to transplant this because it's my mother-in-law's pot. She wants it back, and I have a pot here for it. This will overwinter in my house. It will still bloom up to usually it still will bloom till up close to Christmas. And then next year when I bring it out, I'll cut it back, which I might have already said this. I'll cut it back and it will come back. This pot is where I had my banana peppers, so you will see me pulling out these roots to make room for that plant. Here's a tip. When you're doing that, don't water it first. It makes a big difference. Okay, I'm back to this bed. I noticed something while I was cleaning out this half. I have only got this far. I still need to do this half and put the mulch down, which I have to get the weeds out and put the cardboard down. But I noticed that this needs to come out on this side more. So I'm going to try to do that today also by putting cardboard underneath the rocks. Boy, does that make me feel accomplished. I finally got this bed done. I got the rocks out. I need to put bigger rocks down there, but I'm out of rocks right now because everything's going to go back here right now. So anyway, that makes me feel like I got something done today. It's now 9 minutes past the time I should have been in the house. So I'm going to go in and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.